Welcome, this is Nathan and welcome back to another video. In today's video we're continuing to look at a scenario where civilization restarts. Episode 15. Oh, where is this series going? Feels like it's going fast. In the last episode we saw the collapse of one of our big countries, the blue team over here. We also saw this blue team expand into the other blue team. There's so many blue teams, oh my god. I'm just going to select another colour. So, we saw this new country form, and we also had 3 new countries form out of the blue team. And these two got some land. But I think I want to begin with something that we've never seen this series so far. We're going to have a capital movement, and yes, this is where it's happening. Korea's moving their capital. They've had their capital there for a long time, but this is no longer their major city, and countries move their capitals often. It's not like this is something extremely rare, but for this time it's rare. But they will be moving their capital down to a major city in like here. Because this city has become very populated, while this one hasn't. This is still going to hold, like, wherever the city was. This city's still going to hold, like, you know, major things. Like New York isn't the capital of the USA, but it still holds a lot of important stuff. So this city's still going to hold important things. So it's a major city. But this is the biggest. This city has the most population. Which I don't know what the population would be like considered as big in this time. Because in our world, if a city has more than 1 million population, that's massive. But I would say this has like 500,000, 750k people. Anyway, let's head over to our line team. They are experiencing a collapse. Yeah, this may come out of nowhere, but they are one of the oldest countries in this series. They arrived in episode... Not up there. They arrived in episode 2, but they are struggling to keep all of their land. Yes, they're not that big, but they're very, unstable. This area, which they invaded, has become very rebellious to the government. And as well as this area by here, which is like a separate province. They've had it for ages. It's more of this area, but this area, which is where Istanbul is, it wants to leave. So, it could unite with the Greek team that's about to get released. Well, leave. But they're probably not going to. So let's take a look at this. Right, after forever looking for colours, we have 2 new countries in Europe. This yellow country and our new Istanbul country. What do we call this? Istanbul? I don't really want to call it that. It's located in Thrice, so Thrice might be a good name. Yeah, this really hurts the line team. They're not going to collapse because they're old. They're not OG, but they are old enough to the point where I don't want to kill them off. I feel like Europe needs more countries because, like, I mean, I guess there is only 2 big countries here now. You have these 2, and then, I mean, that's it. The chocolate and cyan teams, if you can't tell, are the 2 biggest here. I guess Finland's big as well. Anyway, this country will be moving upwards to colonize some of the land. What does this happen? This country the brownish country, which is still alive, I don't know why, we're moving upwards into New Russian land. Well, I don't know exactly. They move up into New Russian lands, take it over, but it starts getting a bit cold, and they begin to turn back. They're the only country over here that's even had the nerve to go up into here. Everybody else, so all the countries here, haven't even bothered to try. Unless we wanted to randomly get a spot there. I have a lot of plans for this video, but like I don't know where to move for them. This is a very colourful map, isn't it? Oh god. Clicked. Okay. What was that? Okay, sorry, shadow just appeared. a shadow of a bird, I think. Remember. Oh yeah, right, this green team over here. This green team is getting kind of hated. Now, why are they getting hated? Well, kind of all their neighbours hate them. Their new leader who just took power is hated to death. The only country that doesn't, hate him is Korea, but that's kind of going to change in a minute. And I think you know where this is going. This green team's leader, the only country which has semi-relations with it, yes, I'm not kidding, I'm going in the direction where you think I am. Can I select their colour? The green team begins to invade Korea. Now, why? This leader wants to show that he has power, so just invade one of the strongest countries in the region. Such a good idea, I'm sure of it. If not, this might be the strongest country before you get to the turquoise and yellow team over here. These two are pretty big powers, if you can't already tell. And then this blue team's another one. The red team is not really one anymore. Pink team's another one. But, yeah, there aren't many powers left in Asia. There's only, 5 in my opinion. Korea, turquoise, yellow, blue, and pink. So, yeah. And, yes, Korea's probably the weakest out of all of them, if not the yellow team. So, while they're invading this, Korea is ready to literally destroy this country. So, this country ends up getting absolutely demolished. The capital is taken within the first few months. Korea this does show the strength of this Korea country, as it destroys this country with no problem. The yellow team down here, which actually owned this country, will join the war to grab some land, because they kind of want to reclaim this land. It was theirs, but good luck holding on to it. And if you can't tell, people around this team are going to start jumping in for land. So let's just take a look at that. Map's having some sort of seizure right now. I don't know what's happening, but the borders are getting all weird. Anyway, this new country's capital will be smack there. And I'm going to go over every team except from the purple team except from, Violet, I guess, surrounding this team got land, and then the rest of it broke into its own country. Yeah, this leader was, if you can't tell, he got the axe to the head. Yep, he does not exist anymore. Everyone kind of hated him anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Anyway, over to Europe, the green team will be making a move, shockingly. The green team will be hopping over an ocean to invade a certain country. They'll be invading the teal team, who hasn't really done anything, I'm going to be quite honest. Now, why is the green team invading the teal team? Well, because it's probably the weakest option, and I know there is these guys, but these are kind of like former green countries. Technically, teal team is, but they want to break away from green team land. They were a movement away from the green team. The green team's being smart here. They don't want to invade any of this, because if they do, it's going to affect them. They could invade the Greek team, but again, they did own this land before it broke away and the lime team took it over. And it's a brand new country, so that would look bad on them. This looks like green, actually. This looks fine. So, the green team will land over here and snatch the capital of the teal team. And because this team just lost this yellow team over here, it's going to be a quick collapse. Yellow team seeing a chance is actually going to jump in on this. Green team's kind of mad, but this is a global power now because it owns land over here. So yeah, I think the green team will get smushed invading this country. So we end up seeing the split. What is happening with this map? I've never had this issue before, I'm serious. So we see this end up happening, which, yeah, it splits that. Violet team's gonna lose this colony they have down here. Yeah, it didn't last long, so let's get a colour. Now, this chunk of land won't actually be getting its own capital, because it's just not stable enough to even have a capital. Sure, there's, like, major cities and stuff, but it won't be having a capital. And anyway, transferring stuff to this country was very hard, because they had to go round the Sahara Desert was kind of a challenger. But they do their own expansion, but this doesn't go anywhere, because they're probably going to get invaded when the Scramble of Africa happens. Yes, that is going to happen. And I think it's obvious what powers are getting involved with that. Kind of think I'm already hinting towards it happening with the green team down here. Anyway, let's talk about a team who has made one move in this series. Well, two, I guess, but invading the light blue, baby blue team and then releasing this country. The blue team will be doing an invasion. Shocking, I know. They'll be doing an invasion of this country right here. The blue team just got a new leader who wants to kind of like combat the red team. So in the only country they really can invade, I guess this one can be invaded, but this one's going to be invaded. The blue team will move into this team with no issue, because they are very old, and they haven't really used their army, so I guess, so they've had a lot of training going on. But while they are finishing off this country, the red team decides that they're going to join to reclaim some of their old land, and this is going to cause some issues between the two. Because the red team hasn't really made a move since its collapse, these two are now looking at each other like, what are you doing? They haven't bothered each other like this for ages, but yeah, it's going to cause some drama if you can't tell. So yeah, these two aren't going to go to war, obviously. They're just like arguing over who gets this land, so there might be disputes coming here, but I'm not going to spoil anything. Time to talk about something we haven't gone to for a long time, and that is trade routes, because I've realised we have a lot more countries in this world now. Trade routes haven't... what? Okay, I'm not even going to ask. Trade routes are going to start being worked on even more because of all the new countries appearing. With Korea moving its capital, we have the trade route moving down into Korea's capital. The trade route will now be built up into this red team up here, and will now be extended outwards to go through the pink team. Go up through these two, and down into here. And also go around like this, into this country's capital. Down, around, and like that, finishing it off. We also have them just doing that, and this. Also see the trade route go like this around these three capitals, which honestly was a smart idea. And the trade route in Africa is finally finished. The shadow team, ignore the gold team. The final thing we see with the trade routes is extended into these two. So yeah, the whole world is basically connected with trade routes at this point. I don't know why we still have the remains of that team. I'm never going to play fixed until Turquoise team collapses, which, honestly, I don't think I'm going to make that happen for a while. Anyway, Yellow team's on the move. This is the last thing happening in this video. I don't have much more time to record. They will be invading this red team by here. Now, why? They want to show they have power to the Turquoise team, even though they have fairly good relations. So, they kind of kill off this country, which hasn't been here for long, and they completely take it over, not allowing anybody else to take any land. What is happening to the map? I don't think I can really fix this in any way. Anyway, this is looking big, and this country is starting to get big. But anyway, that's going to do it for this video. I really hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.